What's going on, guys? Welcome back into another video. I'm hugging myself because, I don't know, we're having a good time. But today, we were supposed to have Fast and Furious 9 come out this year, and it got delayed an entire year due to the coronavirus pandemic. But that doesn't mean we can't sit back and rank every Fast and Furious movie that has come out so far, from the worst to the best. So that is what I'm going to do today. I finally finished watching all the Fast and Furious movies. You guys know from my past few 100 movies I missed challenge that I've been watching them slowly but surely, and I have finally seen all 9 movies in this franchise, including Hobbs and Shaw. So today what we're going to do is we're going to rank all 9 of them from the worst to the best. I'm going to say a real quick disclaimer, I really enjoyed all of them. I mean, there wasn't really a bad one. I mean, there's some that are a little dated, that, you know, but enjoyment-wise, I loved them. I really did. I had such a great time with them. Let me know down below in the comments, what is your favorite Fast and Furious movie? I would love to hear about it down below. But guys, without further ado, sit back, relax, let's get right in to number 9. And coming in at number 9 is Too Fast, Too Furious. Now, again, I said I enjoy all of these movies. This one is just kind of not my favorite. And the reason why is a lot of things I really like about these movies is the racing, the cars, all of that. This one focuses more on crime and drug dealers and all of this stuff. Focuses more on that instead of like what the root of Fast and Furious is. It's the cars, it's the driving, it's all of that. While there is some of that in here, no doubt, and I enjoy that stuff, it's just not a lot. Again, it's a overall good movie. I love Paul Walker in this movie. You got Ludacris in this movie. You know, they're all really good. And so it's hard to put one last because I enjoy all of them. So this one, it's just, there's a lot of cop drama and stuff like that I didn't really enjoy. I didn't like all the back and forth between Paul Walker and the police and all that stuff. That's what it is. It's really a cop drama with cars, and that is not my favorite. I didn't enjoy it. It got 3.5 stars though, so it's still not bad. It comes at number 9 on my list. Coming at number 8 is The Fast and the Furious, the first one. And the only real gripe I have with this one is it's just a little dated. I mean, it is. It came out in 2001, so it's obviously a little bit dated, but that doesn't take away from the fact that it's got a lot of great car stuff, a lot of great racing. We meet Paul Walker and we meet the entire gang, and I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed Paul Walker being undercover doing this stuff, and that's something that I really enjoyed, and it was just good. And again, the car stuff's awesome. It's a great introduction, but it's a little bit dated, so that's why it's down so far on the list. It's still got 3.5 stars out of 5, so that's not too shabby. I do, again, enjoy this one a little bit more because it focuses a lot more on the cars, on the racing, on the action and stuff like that. It is not mainly a cop drama, even though there is some cop stuff involved, but that's not basically entirely what it is, which is what it is in Too Fast, Too Furious. Overall, I enjoyed it, had a good time with it. 3.5 stars out of 5. Not too bad, comes at number 8 on my list. Coming in at number 7 is Fast and Furious, the fourth one. Originally, this was way higher on my list because of the opening sequence alone. But then we get into the drama with Letty where we think that she's dead. That's a good emotional punch, but then movies later throw that kind of out the window. There's this whole thing where we have Dom and Brian teaming up to take down a drug lord. I really did enjoy that stuff. That stuff was all really great. There's some great car action in here. That first sequence alone with like stealing the gas tanks alone is fantastic, and it really is done very well. The only thing that kind of bogs it down is it's a long movie. The pacing isn't great in the movie, and it's a lot. So that's all I'm really going to say about that. 3.5 stars out of 5. Again, not bad. I enjoy the heck out of this movie. I enjoy the heck out of all of these movies, but it just didn't make the cut. And the only reason why is because the other ones above it are just so good, and that's really why. These movies The reason why these movies are down as low as they are is the other ones are just that much better. So that's kind of it with that. It comes in at number 7 on my list. Coming in at number 6 is the Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. I really liked this one. I really did. I love the drifting. I love the racing. That's a lot of what this film is the drifting and the racing. I do like the mob subplot with like the mob in Tokyo and all of that. That was really great. I really like them fleshing out Han as a character, especially now since we know, spoiler alert, that he's not actually dead and he's going to be in this new Fast and Furious. I really liked that. We see Han's death from 3 different angles. We see it at the end of Fast and Furious 4, I believe. No, we see it at the end of Fast and Furious 6. We see it in Tokyo Drift, and we see it at the end of Fast and Furious 6, and then we see it in Fast and Furious 7. Furious 7. It's great. I don't really like how the only character we really know now is Han. And it's like he leaves, I think, after Fast 5 and goes to Tokyo, but this takes place before Fast 4. So that was kind of But overall, it was a great time. I really enjoy it. 4 out of 5 stars, and it comes in at number 6 on iTunes. Coming in at number 4 is Fast and Furious 6. Again, this one is really good as well, and we're getting kind of cartoony. I'm not gonna go so far off and say that that's bad, because we kind of just it was kind of fun. Han's actually in Fast and Furious 6, so he dies, he goes off. Okay, whatever. So this is really. I love them racing through London. I love all of that. A lot of it has to do with Luke Shaw. I'm not the biggest fan of that subplot. I'm not the biggest fan of the reveal that Gina Carano is a spy or whatever. I don't really like that stuff. But the rest of it is really solid. A lot of great car action. A lot of great story with Letty coming back and all of that. Like that. The mystery of what happened with her and why she is like this robotic mercenary, like that was really gripping and intriguing to me. Overall, I really enjoyed this one. 4 out of 5 stars, and it comes in at number 5 on my list. Coming in at number 4 is Furious 7. This one hits all of the heart and the soul. It destroys me. I love Jason Statham as Deckard Shaw. Such a great villain overall. There are amazing scenes in here with cars. Again, we're getting a little comic booky superhero-y with a la driving, I believe, a Lamborghini out of one of the Dubai towers into another one from like hundreds of stories up. A little superhero-y. But we get a lot of great family dynamics with Brian having his kid with Dom's sister, and we get all of these great storylines. We get Letty back on the team trying to figure out who she is. And of course, we have the very emotional, tragic "see you again, goodbye" to Paul Walker at the end. I mean, it's devastating. It really is. It's so sad. We know Vin Diesel, like they were brothers, not just here, but in real life. And that was something that was so sad. We get very comic booky in this one with the drones and the God's Eye and stuff like that. That turns me off a little bit. That's why this isn't higher up on the list. But overall, I had a great time with it. And it comes in at number 4 on my list. Coming in at number 3, and it got 4 out of 5 stars. Coming in at number 3 is Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw. Now, you're saying, Fast and Furious 7 was down there because it was very comic booky and all that. And this is the essence of comic booky. Yes. But the reason why I like this is because that's what we were pitched. That's what we were, we knew going in that that's what it was. It was like a comic booky, not supposed to make sense movie in the Fast and Furious universe. So I went with it, and it knew what it was, and it took it, and it did it, and it was fun. That was the thing. in some of these past Fast and Furious movies, the weight of the entire world is on them, especially in like Furious 7. Like the weight of the entire world is on these guys. The weight of the entire world is not on them here. I mean, obviously there's some stuff, but it's not like, you know. Jason Statham and The Rock are fantastic. They have great chemistry together. Vanessa Kirby is a great addition, as well as having Idris Elba as the villain. It was perfect. It was a great time. You have great car action. You go back to The Rock's home. You get all of that. You get awesome action set pieces. And you do get some futuristic comic booky stuff. But it knew what it was. It went with it. It was fun. Great cameos from Kevin Hart and Ryan Reynolds. It was a blast. 4.5 out of 5 stars. It was a blast. I had such a good time with it. Coming in at number 2 is The Fate of the Furious. I don't know what it was about this one, but I just like really, really enjoyed it. I know a lot of people flame it. Like, let me see what the average is on Letterboxd. 2.9 out of 5 stars is the average on Letterboxd. I don't know, so I don't really know what really hit with me. I think a lot of it had to do with I didn't know what Dom was doing. And it was the mystery of why Dom is working for this evil, evil person. And why is he not just going on with his life? But then we learned that he's got a son and all of that, and that was a really great reveal that I wasn't really expecting out of a movie like this. I was not. And then we have all of the planning that was going on with Shaw and Vin Diesel and their mom and the tracker and all of that stuff was executed really, really well. And yes, a lot of the stuff's ridiculous. The submarine sequence on the ice is ridiculous, but I loved it. I had such a blast with it. I love how they took Vin Diesel's Challenger, they put an EMP on the back, they put like a souped up like motor, like big engine that like blast him. It's ridiculous, but I loved it. And to the core, this movie is family, and I love that. And it was just fantastic. I had a great time with this one. I'm not gonna lie, like I really, really did. It worked with me, it hit with me. It got 4.5 out of 5 stars. It was fun. It was fun, and it comes at number 2 on my list. But number 1, and I think a lot of people's number 1, Fast 5. This is where the cartoony stuff really started, and it was fun. I really like all the stuff in Rio. I really like, this is where The Rock is introduced, so I like how The Rock is competing with Dom and all of his team. This is the first time that Brian O'Connor is like on their team. He's not a cop, it's not none of that. He is a part of the team, a part of the family. That's what's happening here. And that is something that I really, really liked. And it's just a fun time. And let me end it with this. The vault scene. They actually did that in real life. That actually happened. Go watch a video on the Corridor Crew channel. It is VFX Artists React. I don't know exactly which one it is, or it might be Stunt, one of them. I don't know which one it is, but they go over how they did that vault scene in real life. Go watch it. It's really fascinating. This movie is insane. It's great. I love the bait and switch at the end with The Rock, and they get the money, and it's just fantastic. I love it. This is peak Fast and Furious. It's fantastic. I really enjoyed it. 5 out of 5 stars. I had an absolute blast with this one, and it was great. But guys, that's pretty much it. I finally did it. I finally watched all of the Fast and Furious movies. This is one of my favorite franchises now. Like, I really, really enjoyed it. But yeah, it's just a lot of fun. But guys, that is pretty much it. Let me know down below in the comments, what is your favorite Fast and Furious movie? I would love to hear it. Let's talk about it down in the comments. Again, this is my list. It's not the right list. It's just my list. So don't go flaming me in the comments. It's just my personal opinion. Film is subjective. Voila. That's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next video.